Hey guys, how's it going? It's Liam here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be answering a question that I think a lot of people have, and I had this question myself for the longest time, and that is, where should I put cardio into my training? So this is something I have wondered since the very beginning, and honestly, I think it really depends on what your goals are. When I first started lifting, my main goal was to bodybuild. I wanted to build up as much muscle as possible. I wanted to even be eventually a classic physique competitor, but as time went on, my goals kind of changed. I think a lot of people, when they start exercising or working out, the first thing they think of is how much muscle can I put on, or I want to get big, right? Because like you'll see pictures of Arnold and stuff, and you'll just think, I want to look like that. So it took a couple years for me to then transition over to strength training, which is now my main priority. I fell in love with that pretty quickly. And obviously, strength training and bodybuilding are two very different things if you think about it. So my cardio priorities changed. When I first started, I used to run it was probably, depends, could be every single day. It was every other day sometimes, just whenever I felt like it. But I had it in my head that I got to run for like an hour a day, to burn this fat because I wanted to be extremely lean as well, right? So all I cared about was six pack, six pack. And yeah, like I said before, I think a lot of people, that's their main goals when they first start lifting. It's, can I get a six pack, or I want to get bigger muscles? So, yeah, I used to do cardio a lot when I was bodybuilding. Way too much, honestly. If I look back now, I think that was a stupid thing to do. But now my goals have transitioned over to strength training, and it has been that way for, I'd say, at least a year and a half now. I've always loved doing this and getting stronger. I feel like it's a good way for me to prove myself to myself. It's you versus you, and that's why I love it so much. But yeah, the big question, what do I do with cardio now? Well, as of now, I am walking on the treadmill every time I train. So it will vary from anywhere to 15 minutes to an hour, depending on how I'm feeling. I will never run. I used to run. Sometimes like, sometimes I'll go through phases where I really want to see, how fast I can run a mile. But honestly, all I do now for cardio is walk. And I feel like a lot of people would look at this and think, why would you walk? It doesn't do anything. But I'm sorry, but that's stupid. Yes, it does. Walking is a good way to, strengthen your heart without having to actually run. You remember, your heart is a muscle too. So you're training, your arms, your chest, your back. You can't forget about your heart. And when you're pushing maximal weight, well, your heart, it starts to beat fast. So you want your heart to be strong. And especially when you're doing AMRAPs, as many reps as possible, right? Your heart, it's going to turn into a cardio, it's going to turn into a cardio workout if your heart isn't strong. So, yeah, that's why I like to walk. And ever since I've started walking, because I went through a phase where I didn't do any cardio at all for a couple months, and I felt like absolute garbage. So I noticed anything above 3 reps was difficult. Like my heart just started beating like boom, 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 boom. And I didn't know why, because the strength was there, but I just couldn't maintain doing an exercise like a bench press for more than like maybe 10 seconds. It was pretty embarrassing actually, but little did I know, like, the reason was that I wasn't training my heart. Like, my endurance sucked pretty much. So I've now been walking for several months. It's probably been, actually may have even been a year. I've been walking every day, except obviously on days that I don't work out. But I've really enjoyed it. I've noticed that, doing AMRAP sets of 10, 15, or whatever, I'm able to do now. Like, my heart isn't the limiting factor anymore. I still struggle a bit when I'm doing like squat sets, especially because those are extremely taxing. Like, I think anyone doing a set of 20 with squats with heavy weight, you're going to be pretty fried after. But like I said, I mean, maybe if I was running and really getting my heart stronger and doing a little bit more aerobic stuff, I'd be able to handle that. But that's a totally different, like, that's for different goals. Like, my goal is to be as strong as possible. So obviously, I don't want to tax myself by running every day, right? Because I need all that energy to go towards the military press right now because that's my focus lift. So you got to also keep in mind too, do you do anything else? Like, I'm like to strength train, but I will also bodybuild as well. So my workouts usually consist of, I'll do my strength workout, which in this case right now is the military press. I'll hit a PR on that. Then I will move over to do a chest workout, back workout, or whatever it may be that day. I will do a couple accessory movements because I don't want to waste my energy. I want to be fresh for the next day that I perform the military press because that's what I want to get stronger at. It's all I care about at the moment. Um, and then after that, for like I said, 15 minutes, could be an hour, depending on how I'm feeling, I will walk on the treadmill. And I'll have my phone, be watching YouTube or listening to a podcast. But that is all I'll do. I don't want to waste any energy, doing a 30-minute sprint session. Like, if it only takes me, 45 minutes to do the actual, like, workout, like the military press and accessories and stuff, you don't want your cardio workout to be longer than your actual workout. Like, you know what I mean? If it's not your goal. If your goal is to, have a strong heart and have amazing endurance, then by all means, you want to do cardio first. But definitely save cardio to the end and just do a little bit. Don't overdo it. I know it always feels like, oh, I could sprint for an hour straight, but why? Why would you want to waste all that energy when, you're putting it towards your main goal, which in this case is getting stronger? So, yeah, that's really my answer to this question. I'm not saying don't do cardio because you want to keep your heart strong. Your heart is a muscle. Honestly, when I think of training and just working out and exercising in general, I think of having a strong heart and being able to be more energetic throughout the day. And if you're not doing any cardio at all, you're actually going to make yourself even more tired because, you're building more mass, making your body have even more weight to move, but your heart's falling behind because you're not doing cardio. That's not good. So, still do your cardio, guys, but make sure you do it in moderation because in life, it's all about balance. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.